Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome in. Welcome on in. Welcome in. Others doing amazing, well, phenomenal, feeling magnificent, feeling blessed, feeling honored and worthy of self, and just cherishing life, you know? My name is Letice. I do readings on here, so as you can book readings me down below, dream decipherings, as well as you can check out my podcast down below, and or do love donations. With that being said, planted, rooted, and watered, let's get into this. I already have wrote down some channel messages because I knew it was going to possibly be a little bit long, which is perfectly fine, but I wrote down some channel messages. So I'm just vibing out as I do, and just getting them, and then I pulled some cards. And right before I started, I heard the song from Home. If you don't know, Home is a little, I love that movie, Home. It's a movie about where these little aliens, they invade Earth, and they put all the humans in, like, Australia or whatever. And they get to, just pick them up and move them. And one little girl, she winds up being left behind, right? Tip, or the Tootie. And there's also a little alien that nobody really, like, fucks with, and they wind up, saving the world, I guess. Not, at least their planet, saving that planet, because they had stolen babies, and it was just crazy. It was good. But there's a song in there, by Rihanna, and she's also one of the characters in the song, in the show, but it's right when, if you know the movie, right when the alien comes down and she thinks that he has died, has died. But it's like, I just don't want to sing this, so I'm kind of been drawing it out. But it's like, turn your face towards the sun, and let your struggles fall behind you. Turn your face and carry on, and they'll never find you. It's like a heartbeat bass, like a heartbeat bass as I'm saying this, but I didn't do too bad. I know I was holding that off. I should, but that's what I was immediately hearing. I was like, okay, that really does line up with some of the messages I was getting, some of the cards that pulled, and just, it's like, turn your face towards the sun, because while I'm currently recording this, we are going into fall months, so that's what I wrote it down. But whenever you see this, because baby, a message will stand when it needs to stand. I say. But so I wrote September, October, November, and so those are the next 3 months. And so while I was just kind of gathering, I'm like, okay, turn your face towards the sun, because the sun will be setting a lot quicker, at least where I am. So let's get into this, shall we? For some of the dates in September, I wrote 2, 4, 17, 18, and 28. For October, I wrote 4, 6, 8, 19, 28, and 30. For November, I wrote 8, 16, 24, and 28. 28 came out in both of them. So maybe looking up the numbers to that, those two numbers together are 10. And then you take them apart, you have Taurus energy, you have Scorpio energy, so sister sign energy coming in here. So things that may contrast with each other but still work with each other. And then you have 10 coming up here with the Capricorn energy, Earth energy. So a lot of Earth energy, grounding energy, being rooted. Okay? So, how I'm going to take it is there was an overall card energy for one of the decks that I used. Thank the Spirit. And it was the Final Destination card. Now, if you don't know the movie Final Destination, I did not bring water. Pause, I need water. Alright, so I'm back in the water. I was hearing, as I got the water, because I came in here just grab the water out the fridge. Excuse me. It's cold. And I just remember something that somebody had told me about cold water and what it does to the stomach. And it was just like a tip to lose weight. And I was thinking, people always got a tip on something of what to do that you don't even think about doing. And so Spirit was like, ooh, make sure you say that when you get on it. I said, So also be just mindful of people that always got tips on stuff that you don't even like plan on doing. Like that's not even what I'm going towards. I like cold water because I like cold water. If I really want to lose weight, I can just lose weight. I don't mind the cold water. I eat lots of things that are warm. Thank you so much. So, where it is, like I don't need those tips if that's the tips that you think that you can provide. But to get back to it, thank you, Spirit. Final Destination, if you don't know the movie, it is essentially somebody has a premonition that event's going to happen. So the first movie was with the airplane. He's seen them getting on the airplane. He seen the airplane exploding, everything happening. And then, boom, he wakes up. He's like, what the fuck? And he's like, okay, no, I got to get off this plane. It's going to explode. Da, da, da. I got to get off. And then some other people are also carried off because it starts a fight and this and that. And so they wind up just sitting there and they see the plane taking off. And then, boom, it explodes. And then, after that, obviously they get interrogated or whatever, but they start dying in the order of the seats of the position, right, of it. But some of them obviously avoided death for a very long time, for a very, very long time, or just period, just avoided, it's one of those inevitable things. But to get back into it, the overall energy is this energy of something that could have took you out, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, whatever it is, just like this is it. It's like something where you're able to see how to avoid it, right? You're getting the tools, the resources, the motivation, the stamina, the whatever you need to be able to accomplish what you have seen, right? And there's different ones, obviously, that go into it. Those are different series, so, but it's in a different way that you're able to get it. And so with this, it's like you are the one, especially with that Scorpio energy coming out here, rebirth energy, taking that in, your secret power energy, or just power as a whole, and taking that in, it's like you are able to constantly have a rebirth where things that people were expecting, just wow, that'll be it. It's like, no, that can't be the end. Trust me, that was the end. It would have been the end. So it's like something is keeping me here and present, and so we're pulling into that. So that is kind of the overall energy that the pulling from the cards, spiritually, just this constant, I don't want to say constant, thank you, but these moments of having these rebirths, these deaths, where it's like that can end in a way that I really wouldn't have liked, and I would, but like, yeah, I can get out of it, but who wants to get out of something constantly? So let's get into this. I'm going to moisturize my lips. We're going to get into September first. Okay, so for the messages that I wrote down for September, we have keep it short and brief, right? Whatever you need to do, keep it one sentence, keep it short, keep it brief, keep it sweet, keep it, that's it, that's all. We don't need to do too much. If we're adding too much into it, we won't get what we actually need. So I'm just going to keep it short, I'm going to keep it brief, I'm going to give you the synopsis, I'm going to give you the accumulation of it all. Here's the resolution, here's here's the end, right? We have cut it out to cut them in. And then in parentheses, I have mixing bowl. So it's almost like mixing it out. It's like in order to cut something out, you're cutting something in. So it's almost like you're mixing something else different, but you're taking something else out that you didn't used to use. So I'm use a vegan, instead of using egg, I can use applesauce, I can use silken tofu, I can use, I like just egg. You can use the red bill, the little powder, mix it. So there's different ways that you can use it. So it's like I'm cutting something out, but I can cut something else in to still get what I need. So it's changing how things are done. Kind of like he was like, no, I need to get off. I'm changing how this arrangement is done, and it will skip them. So it's just like, it's this energy where you're recognizing, like, I can take it out. I'm going to keep it brief. I don't need to, even with the keeping it brief, I don't need to add in the extras. I'm just going to, this is it. This is what needs to get done. This is how I'm going to do it. This is, a little bit on that Capricorn side of like, let me pull into, I'm just going to get it done. I'm just going to. Get the short and brief and mix it up, but it still comes out delicious, okay? Yeah, what is this in this? Never too late for alchemy is also what I channeled as well. So maybe in alchemy, is that mixing. It's taking these components. It's that temperance energy. It's taking what you have to make something different, to make something more, to expand on it, to research, to pull, to gather, and to recognize what you are capable of. And that's that second house energy, that Taurus energy, that worth of what I'm capable of able to do, right? We have Scream coming up for the overall energy of September. And Scream is just somebody that was targeted by, I believe that was like the cop in the movie, right? But targeting some teenagers and essentially trying to take them out. But it was like, you're probably like, damn, this is a lot of, yeah. And so with that, I also pulled some energy cards or just emotion cards. And then we have the first card as your physical emotion is fearful. So this is something within your, just what you're feeling in your physical body, right? It's just kind of taking that weight on. And then for your intuitive emotions, it feels hopeless. Feels like it's a lot happening, a lot to be taken in, one thing after another. Feels like it, and that's why it's like, just cut it out. Cut out what you don't need. And the cut them in could be your spirit team. Like, I can't, I can't take that. I can't do that. I can't set that up. I need you to take them somewhere where it can be the people around you, letting them know. That's why you also want to keep it short and brief. So it's like, this is as plainly as I can put it, because allowing it in there is something that can change into inaction. And if we have no inaction in the overall energy, is final destination, is like we're not moving off of what we see, right? Off of what we understand. So we're going to have to research, we're going to have to take some time to understand and figure out who the hell this is. Like, they didn't scream, like, who the fuck are you? What are you really doing? So with this being your physical emotion, is like your fear is going to allow you to take action. Because it's like, I don't want this energy. And your intuitive emotions of feeling hopeless is like, okay, like, hopeless. Let me cut out the less part. And bring in just a little bit more hope. Let me cut out the less part. So I'm going to go ahead and read them here. This first. Fear is a primal emotion that humans are programmed with to keep both safe and alive. But it is unique in that it can act as a catalyst or be detrimental depending on the situation and person. So even the catalyst, with that pivotal moment, again, those pivotal moments of being like, okay, it's never too late for alchemy. It's never too late to change something, to shift something. And that just comes with a lot more information. So the catalyst can be a changer, like I said, or can be detrimental. Okay? It says its power instantly consumes the physical body and activates the fight or flight response. Fight, flight, freeze, and something else I can't remember. But it can also have the opposite, more paralyzing effect. And then I'll also list the crystals down below, of course, to go along with that. And then for hopeless, we have hopelessness relies on habitual negative thought patterns that reinforce, promote, or perhaps even prove that circumstances or situations will not change. Again, never too late to alchemize, right? And even with this, just to leave the final message, thank you, Spirit, not everything is meant to be a complex lesson. Sometimes it's not even a lesson, just life. So even with this, it's like, it's to reinforce, promote, and perhaps even prove the circumstances. Like, sometimes it's just life. This is not in regard to your power, your strength, your worth, your energy, any of that. This is just life. Okay? It says hopelessness isolates and disconnects us from the source of creation. When we feel hopeless, we feel lost in the world and we do not know where to fit into society or community. And I'll put those crystals, of course, down below too. And that, again, is intuitive. So, again, it's this energy of recognizing, okay, if I recognize not everything is a lesson, not everything is a punishment, not everything is something, it's just like, this is just life, something that is out of my control. I have the hope that there is something that I can control, something that I can shift. Because if not everything is that, not everything is teaching me, but I can always learn something, right? I can always learn something. I can always expand. I can always grow. So pulling that in, the final channel message I got is fix it or guide self for now. And so just leading yourself out of this, it took a lot of time and energy. So let's go ahead and pull. I said took 15. It will. It's taking. It will take. Let's see what comes out on the other side. Thank you, Spirit. Once they command to know that everything is in their favor. Because they figured it out, and it took some trying and some toiling and some loss and some inspiriting, and it was fearful, but they feel like there's gonna lose hope. Like this not, am I not thinking right? They feel like to be one step ahead each time. Why are they? But that's the lead you. It's like they're not one step ahead. I just gotta change the way I do things, how I shift things. Be a chemist, be a cook, be a crafter. I'll show you right there. We got courage. Courage. Okay? I love this. I love this. I love this. Just to even have that as a whole in itself. Just, come on now. Beautiful, powerful. What did I say? They was feeling it, and that's that physical emotion, but that courage is also where you pull in, like, it shocks you, almost like a lightning ball. It zaps your ass. It shakes you, okay? It's just like, oh my God. This is some heavenly lightning. This is some different types. This is some, okay. So, that's why it's like, or guide yourself. That's why you even have to put in parentheses, and that's why I did it too, because it's like, we're not fixing anything, we're guiding ourselves through something to navigate, because this is something that I can use, something I can prioritize to shift and allow me to be shifted. Right? Okay. So, final card. Final card for September. Psychic. They knew. Final Destination knew. Like I said, they had a premonition. That's your overall energy is psychic. But they had a premonition. They knew what to do and how to do it. And what I recently was watching something. It's called Mr. Dragon. And this person just had to wait for something a long time. And it was irritating. But they knew the outcome. And so their friend was like, it's hard to wait when you don't know the destination, but it's even harder to wait when you've seen and know the destination. And so I feel like that's also where they kind of hope is kind of pull from, because it's like, you know and see the destination. That's literally the words he used too. I love it. If you already know the destination where you're going to end, it's like, okay, I don't need to be fearful. And the fact that courage is right on top of fearful, and psychic is right on top of hopeless, that intuitive instinct. I'm like, I can feel hopeless because of what I feel like I can see. Or I can be psychic and recognize and have that courage to know where it's pushing forward to. Okay? The next one that we have is October. Okay? October. We doing this? Okay, we'll do this. Okay. So the overall energy for October is the doll. Right? And the doll energy, I just want to represent all dolls for this moment. Just a lot of the doll movies, just to kind of sum it up. Typically, it's just an energy trapped inside of this inanimate object, right? But this is really pulling on a lot of how you are seen and perceived in the world, and how you come to terms with being seen. Because the first thing that we got is dance to activate something that was done. And that, they had me, I've never done this before, which I love. I love when this shit happens. But in a way, it like, because typically I just tied into it, but they have me actually draw the arrows. Typically I just say it, but they have me draw that arrow, dance to activate something that was done, right? And they have me draw that up to never too late to alchemize. So it's like each thing that you did in the previous month is activating something in this current state. So there'll be a lot of arrows of me going, and it land here, and it land here. Because that's what's happening. So dance. And that dance, it doesn't have to be actual dance, but it's this energy of like when you are dancing, when you really feeling that music, when you really feeling it, you don't care what you look like, you just care what you want to feel like. How that music is making you feel. And so with the doll energy, how like I said, it's like spirit an inanimate object, and it is moving, but it's sometimes, typically in those movies, it's moving when nobody's watching. But it's like, no, this energy is like, no, we want you to be seen, we want you to be heard, we want you to be felt in the way that you feel when you're activating something, when you're moving your body to shift something. And this also lets us know in the confirmation that you had the courage to move, because if October is saying this doll energy is like this movement, but nobody's seeing you right now, which means we're still shifting and moving. We've come into something. But I feel like with this doll, it's like you're coming into terms of wanting to release, because we have your energetic and transformational flow, which is the energy that you are creating that can transform the flow of your life and how things operate and shift. Is irritated. A lot of times they be doing shit. And it make you more irritated because it's like you're doing some fucked up shit, but you're also doing some fucked up shit. I always think of the doll also, like, even the one off of R.L. Stein's, where she was slowly becoming the doll and the doll's becoming her. Like, even where it's just like it's shifting, but it's because she put so much energy into it that worked. And so, but it's like, let's get back into it. I say, live confident day. But this irritated energy is making you irritated because it's like, I'm here, I'm present. And unlike those, you want to make your presence known, but in a way you want to do it. I don't know, it's like, I mean, just don't be shocked that you don't look like what you've been through or what you were going through, right? Just don't, because the next one is letting it work out that way, led here. Don't miss, and they haven't put that in quotation marks, the chance. And that one, oh, excuse me. Whew. That led one, these arrows done fucked me up. There we go. Led to fix it, hilariously enough, or guide for self now. So where you led yourself to guide yourself, thank you. Led to the next part, which is intuitive emotions from last time, which was hopeless, to being at peace. So it's like you trust in your psychic intuition now. You trust in what it's saying and what's happening and what's going on. And so that's why in this doll energy is like, how is nobody seeing this? How is nobody understanding this? And it's like for some time you were in this energy of screaming. Nobody really believed the kids that he was going through. Like, they didn't believe him when he was out of it. Just so, but it's like you still have the courage to push through no matter what it looked like. No, this is gonna happen. This is what's gonna be done. This is when it, yeah, I'm gonna put that there. I said, why am I seeing this word twice? It's courageous from the other deck. Right on top, I was like, why am I seeing this word twice? I could have swore I pulled out the Quartz card. I did. This is the top card that's on that on top. Ah, fucking shit. We're gonna read that. We're gonna put that right there. I was like, why am I seeing this card again? Spirit is that pulled right into it, but it's that at peace, and it had me look over to everything. So it's that intuitive emotion of realizing that hope led to you took something out. You took out that less part, that signifying I don't have much or whatever that may be. It's like, no, I have quite a lot, and I do quite a lot, and I am quite a lot. And so that's how I'm gonna move. And so that irritation is like, let me work on that. The final card that we have for this, physical emotions went from fearful to playful. Like a child, like a doll. Like that childlike energy of being playful, of being adolescent, of just like not caring, of just doing, just letting it be. Like it is what it is. Like I'm gonna do what it would do because I'm at peace inside of myself intuitively. But this emotion that I'm feeling because I know I'm at peace, but it's like it's not being recognized or it's not being shown in a way. So it's maybe a shift in your environment needs to show it in a way, because I feel like it's not showing up in your environment with the doll, and so it's making you feel displaced in a certain type of energy. You know? because that's how it's changing the way that you flow. But it's leading into that playful, because the last one we have is moving on just straight bypass. And that one led up to keep it short and brief, cut it out to cut it in, mixing bowl. Creating something new, being more playful with your energy, being more okay. It's like, I don't want to live in fear, no matter if it makes me have a type of action or reaction or not. I don't want to live in fear. I don't want to be in fear. But that playfulness, I know I might get hurt, but I'm going to look at it excitedly because I'm at peace. So this irritation is like, hold on. Okay? I'm reading my candlelight. I'm irritated. Irritability occurs when we encounter something that disrupts our homeostasis. So your everyday pattern or ritual or just things that you set up for yourself. Again, leading back into that 2nd and 8th house energy of setting up a system that works for you, but being able to having to change it in a way. It says it can stem from not getting needs met, being in pain, or simply from another's disregard of our well-being. Sometimes it causes some of its causes are out of our control, which can lead to lashing out or being on the verge of full-blown anger. And again, remember that sometimes things aren't lessons. It's just life. Right? Sometimes it's just life. But even what it said, possibly not being observed or just being hurt and in pain and just being like, why is no one noticing? Specifically when they in the dolls because they unrest. I'm in a fucking doll. Okay? So, but it's leading into this, like, let me be playful. Let me think outside the box. Let me think in a way that keeps me centered and at peace, because my body's feeling this anger, but everything else is irritated. What is the root cause of this irritation? Okay? I'm feeling these. Did I pull it out already? Yeah. Let's get a little deeper on this one. Oh my gosh. It smells like mint. I love it. Sometimes decks be emitting their own smell that they want you. I love it. It smells like mint. A little bit of cinnamon. What you got for the dog? Okay. We literally got fucking hope, which is the star card. Okay? Which is taking something, making something, believing in something. Having that light, having that energy. Okay? The star card, that playful energy. They want you to dance that shit out, move your body. Alchemize now. Alchemize what you alchemated, you know? Oh, shit. We also have victory and success. I believe this is the 6 of Wands. Yes, it is. And then we have the 7 of Cups. Choose wisely. How do you want to be seen from here on out? Because now you have the victory. That's why I say don't be surprised if you look in that sort of way you're acting. Because if you feel like people aren't noticing you, go to where you feel like you want to be noticed. Or you ain't got to do extra. You don't have to do more. So choose wisely in a way that still allows you to be playful, you to be open, you to be vulnerable, you to be expressive, you to be at peace without feeling like you're wronged or pain in a certain type of way. Right? You're not trapped in an inanimate object that can only move when nobody's not looking. There's something to you notice and seen, and that's why it's dance, it's shift, it's moving. Moving on, just straight bypass. Letting it go. So choose wisely, because it's all up to you. Once you realize that if this isn't, some of this ain't even in my control. Like even with the irritator, some of this ain't even in my control. So why am I feeling this in my body that I got to Let me physically get somewhere. Let me do this. Let me set this up. Let me get a little bit more playful. For the final, we have November. We have divine intervention. Don't speak too soon just because of what you see. Not done moving yet. So the last sentence we got was moving on, just straight bypassed. Right? Moving on, just straight bypass. Don't speak. Don't speak. Because especially when y'all realize what y'all get, that's gonna be fucking hilarious. And not everything is meant to be a complex lesson. That's where the arrow went for the first one. So divine intervention, complex lesson, that's where that went for the first one. And it says, that's it. Just be ready when you hear your word or sign. So if you got a sign, you got energy, if you got something that you set up, you know what you set up. So whatever it was that you set up, get prepared, get ready. There we go. That's it. That's what they said. That's it. And really, if you get what I'm going to pull up, this is your raw energy. With that first being, don't speak. Candyman. I'm already working. I'm already activated. I'm already shifting. I'm already moving. I'm already here. So if that's your overall energy, it's like we ain't gotta speak. Bees can also be a sign. Honey can be a sign. Candy can be a sign. Okay? Because we have your energetic and transformational flow. It's passionate. And went from irritated to passionate. And it's crazy because they have me put the courageous one, which is also energetic, over here and scream. They have to be courageous too. So it's this energy where it's like this irritation. Like I said, it just felt like, well, now you're like, I'm passionate either way. Oh, I forgot. June was in. I'm passionate either way it goes. I'm shifting either way it goes. I'm pushing myself and thriving in myself because I know. I got my overall energy. It's final definition. I know what to avoid and how to avoid. That's why I can make decisions wisely. That's why I have victory. That's why I can be seen in this type of way. For your for your mental clarity, we have liberated. Mentally, no more holding yourself. You're liberated. No more, like I said, I'm deciding to not move in fear. And so that liberated, like I said, that expansion, that growth, that let me pull, let me change. Let me become an alchemist, let me become a magician, let me become more of me. And now lay to your physical emotions. 2 cards for optimistic and worthy. Now time, as we know, shit, it can go into motion tomorrow. That's why I said whenever you're seeing this. So, but if you wanted a guy, just a little, what may or may not. I say, because I don't want you to feel like I gotta wait this long to feel worth. No. But I always like to say, if I'm ever stranded on an island when I really know how to survive on the island and get off, and or just be stranded and gotta really figure it out, and I ain't even got an inkling. So this is why I would figure it. And you're not stranded on the island, so imagine how much better you are. So let's go ahead and read the first. Passionate. Passion has a direct influence on emotional vitality, teaching us to thrive, not survive. It is the green light, affirming that we are on the right track and encouraging us to follow our heart. When we allow passion to organically unfold, we can celebrate the exuberance it brings. Okay. Ooh, let me read that again. We can celebrate the exuberance it holds. Sorry, it brings. Mm. I love the way that move. Okay. All right. Just lay it down. For Liberated, we have emotional liberation reclaims the happiness that all human beings deserve to experience. It comes from a place of understanding other people's feelings without sacrificing our own emotional needs and well being. The experience of emotional liberation allows us to explore the world with confidence and compassion in our own unique way. And that's when you realize with the doll why you felt so irritated. And you was like, you know, I'm just gonna be playful. I'm just gonna be me. I'm gonna be courageous with the scream, with the energy. Like I'm just going to be those things because that is what allows me to be free. It's understanding others while still shifting and moving. You okay? And moving and shifting. We're gonna read worthy and optimistic. At the surface level, being giving recognition brings a feeling of worthiness. Diving deeper, worth is tethered to how well we treat or think about ourselves. When we value ourselves and act in accordance with those beliefs, it gives us a sense of purpose and belonging. And that's really like, just be quiet. You ain't gotta say nothing too soon. And what their divine intervention is let me know, like, it's the Candyman is like, just come, it'll come in when it needs to come in. Even though he didn't kill the right people, we all upset about that. But if he came in the way he needed to come in, but you get what I'm saying. And anyhow, anyway, moving forward, moving on. Recognizing that worthiness and that signification that it only comes from me. I can only decide if I'm happy or not. I can only decide if I'm embarrassed or not. I can only decide if I'm feeling love or not. I can only decide if this is hopeless or not. That's all up to me. That's up to what I deem worthy, what I feel like I need to work on and enhance, thank you, and work on. Optimistic. Optimism is the parent of playfulness. No, that's wild. It's the parent of playfulness. And what did I say? I said, come on, you know. That's good shit. That's crazy to get that right on and then with come on at peace. Like it's parent. It's like I came out of feeling like the dog to realize I'm the man. You got it. It's good. Oh my god, sweet like candy. Okay, that's hilarious. Its power is infectious. As as it sprinkles joy on circumstances or situations. It increases the probability of experiencing success and moving through life's obstacles, and is the seed to manifestation, which helps to co-create and shape reality. And what did they say? Divine intervention. Because what's yours will be yours. That feels warm. So just taking that in, and so like even with this card, they said take the card off the top. Courageous. We don't read that right now because it goes with the scream card. Because I don't want to forget, because y'all know. When we are courageous, we feel like we can do anything, and it gives us a willingness and drive to stand up for what we want. Being brave is the ability to rise above danger with a strength to overcome it. Courage is a great teacher of facing our fears in order to take a leap of faith. Gotta take the leap of faith. You gotta get in there. Oh, I thought she was still in here. You gotta do what you gotta do. And wait with the power can see. I'll cheat a girl. I love it. I love it. But it's taking it that like that's why like just be ready when you hear your words, when you see your sign, when whatever you set up, where it's like, oh, And if you want to settle one now, you can settle one now. If you want to settle one later, settle one later. But it's like, be prepared. Be prepared. But this courage coming, like you, it's like pulling from the depths of something unknown. But it's known to you, like, and even the scream, it's like when that scream would come out, like, guttural. So coming in here, choose what you gotta choose. I'm gonna do these cards because they stay down. I want it to come out. If that's excited. Yeah? Okay. I don't like that. Take off everything. Take these two. On top of the worthy card, we have the Four of Wands, which is foundation and achievements. Okay? So grounding, stability, finding something that is worthy of feeling like you achieve something. Because again, you're recognizing what I put that on. So the fact that it's foundations and achievements recognize what I truly built, what I truly gathered, how I'm truly have worked to get here. And I'm glad that I am able to represent myself in a way that I can show off like, yes, this is me. We have fertility, which is the Empress energy. Thank you, Spirit. So just growing from something continuously, nourishing it, feeding it, just allowing it to. Spirit is like, just allow it to really reflect on you, on everything that you want to give, on everything that you want to give birth to. That's some type of liberated. That's your mental. Don't overthink it. Going back to like just let it be. Just keep it short. Keep it brief. Don't overthink it. Just speak it how you want it to be. Just start moving in that direction continuously. Yeah, patience and planning. The Seven of Pentacles. Somebody that is working and honing on their craft continuously. Somebody that is wanting to prosper in that way. That's that energetic and transformational flow. Again, that is the energy that you are feeling, that you are building up to transform your life. So with patience and planning, with the Seven of Pentacles, it's like, yes, that will lead to harvest, that will lead to abundance, that will lead to wealth, that would lead to prosperity. So if we were looking for a home, with especially with the Four of Wands coming out, being on top of worthy and the Seven of Pentacles, home life, stability, growth. And then love begins is the final card, the Ace of Cups, essentially. New, trying to talk about optimism. It's just this fullness of life that you're going to feel. This true fullness, this true depth, this true worth, this true, like, damn. I honestly have made it. I've honestly done so much and happened through so much, and I've grown so much, and I've cultivated so much. And even think about the overall energy being associated with bees and the honey and the cultivation and the time that it takes. Once it's done, it's so rich. It's something that's like, wow, whew, you can tell. But it's like I've been doing this continuously. I've been solving what I need to solve. I've been going through what I need to go through. I've been processing what I need to process. I've been releasing what I need to release. So for these 3 months, I've been finding the courage to trust. It's just really like trusting in what I'm seeing in my third eye. And this dream that I keep dreaming about and writing visions and setting out plans and creating, it's like it's chasing me. It's like it's targeting me. Like screaming, like it's coming after me. And I cannot be afraid to reach my heights of what I deserve, of what I'm worthy of. I cannot be afraid of that. I cannot be hopeless that it's not coming, because it's not in a blink of what I feel like it's like this is taking time. This is still building up my courage, my strength. Because once I get here, once the courage has been built up with strength, it's like now I have to get more comfortable being seen in a way that people may or may not like, may or may not enjoy, but I know what led me here. I know what got me here. How will they feel? I'm going to do it. I'm going to create it. I'm going to be me. And so I'm going to choose wisely in each direction, because I know it either leads to more hope and more victory and success, or all of what I need and deserve. But I'm not going to not enjoy my life. and be whole and centered in what I deserve. And love on myself for that. That's why I like this. It's just be ready because you've been patiently planning. You've been working. You've been honing your skills, your gift. You've been trusting in it. You've been feeding into it. Or actively shifting, actively moving, actively going. I love you guys. Love yourselves more. Until next time.